And as if things weren't bad enough for China, now shares of tech companies have come tumbling down. Any idea why? Because China has started working towards regulating the cell phone usage. Depending on how old or young you are, China will tell you how long you can use your cell phone for. Our next report getting you all the details.
There is a lot that is regulated in China, the media, social media, but never did the Chinese expect their president, Xi Jinping, to also regulate their screen time. It's happening now. China's cyberspace regulator is taking a call on when and for how long you get to answer your phone call, or for that matter, have access to your cell phone. The CAC, or the Cyberspace Administration of China, wants providers of smart devices to introduce curbs for cell phone usage. What curbs, you ask? Those under the age of 18, for example, won't be able to use internet on their cell phones from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Don't say your cell phone usage is your choice, because in a dictatorial regime, you get no choice. That said, this is just the beginning. China's cyberspace regulator also wants users aged 16 to 18 to access their phones for not more than 2 hours a day. Last we checked, an average cell phone user in China spent 6.2 hours on their phone per day. That's 1.8 days a week. But China wants teenagers to make do with just 2 hours a day. For children aged 8 to 16, the time limit is far lesser, just 1 hour. What about those below the age of 8? 8 minutes it is for them. That's around the length of 5 Instagram reels. Diktats like these will never work, especially given that parents often rely on smartphones to distract their crying toddlers, and China, which is pushing couples to have more babies, knows this very well. Actually, it does, which explains why. It has told service providers to allow parents to opt out of the time limits. Now, if you're watching us from China, you may take a deep breath, as we tell you that none of this has been set in stone, yet. But this isn't phony either. These draft guidelines are for real. They have been published by the Chinese cyberspace regulator, and it has given the public until the 2nd of September to send feedback. Day traders did not wait that long to place their bets on the fate of Chinese smartphone users. Shares of Chinese tech firms began falling in Hong Kong. Shares of WeChat's parent company, Tencent Holdings, fell too. Investors couldn't help but ask whether regulating cell phone usage was really called for. Also, what gives? Reports say Chinese authorities are concerned about growing rates of myopia and internet addiction. In 2018, a research paper claimed that an estimated 24 million adolescents in China are addicted to the internet. While China has definitely pulled off a China by proposing extreme measures, other countries can focus on the thought behind the draconian measure and perhaps consider regulating smartphone usage among youngsters. Internet addiction, after all, has been linked to a whole host of problems, from low self-esteem and poor academic performance to ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, personality disorders, and poor sleep. But here's the challenge. Can smartphone regulations or time limits even be implemented? Also, how many parents would be open risking their relationship with a teenage son or daughter by proposing a limit on their phone usage? Let us know your thoughts. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.